Hey, welcome to Mike's Trains, and welcome to the next video in the series of building my train station. So last time I showed you how we did the sidewalk, and I got all the sidewalk done, and I actually added another piece in here, right over here, and I was able to do that only because I figured out my spacing between the wall back here and this edge of the station, and this is pretty much where it's going to be. So I have marks on my board, and this is where it goes. And you'll also notice that I did the road striping on here. I mapped all that out and I taped it off with the airbrush and got all that done. So the next part in here is to start working on the underneath of the uprights that are going to go here and set up to the train station up here to connect everything from above to below. Here's what we're going to do. This is what I've decided, and I think it's probably the best way to do it. Let me lower the camera and I'll give you a better look at what's going on. Alright, so this is kind of the idea of what we're looking at. So this would be like a concourse underneath the train station made out of styrene, and it covers the train station above. So imagine this would be the length of it, but it would be sitting back. I have it forward here so that you can actually see it, because you won't be able to see underneath. But what we're looking at is windows going across this whole thing, and then these are where the doors would be to enter this area up here to get up to your train station. And these sections here would run front to back of this whole station here, if you can follow what I'm saying. So there would be a set of doors here, here, and here. And then this would all be set up with windows, so when you're in the train station you would go down to the next floor down, which would be here, and that's where you would enter the gates for the different tracks for the station. So that's the idea of what I've got here, and then it doesn't matter where the tracks line up to the train station itself. They can go anywhere and it really doesn't matter as long as it's below the station at all. Now these aren't cut to any exact sizing at all. It's just a visual so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So the next step now is to actually go and build this out of styrene. So why don't we head up to the workbench and see what we can do. Okay, so now we're upstairs on the bench, and let me just go through this one more time, because I feel like I probably confused a lot of people as to what I'm going to do. So we're going to build a section of the train station below the road, and it's going to line up directly with the train station, so a lot of this isn't going to be out flush to the edge because the road comes out past the train station. So here's what I've done. I've got a piece of styrene. This is the right length. It's 12.5 inches long, 4 inches wide. And then it's going to hang down 1 inch. So I've cut styrene pieces at 1 inch, and these will glue onto the sides. So now, and we don't need to put windows in here because you can't see them. There's no reason to even bother with it, so we're not going to bother with that at all. But what I need is a front and a back. So I went and I cut these out. So this is a 1 inch strip of styrene, and I put windows in this, and these are windows here that I have left over from building the roundhouse. I have a lot of these left over, so I'm going to use these windows in this to keep the windows the same and consistent throughout the roundhouse, and they actually match the train station as well. So this is what we're going to do. So what I did, 1 inch high, I put the windows a 1/16 of an inch up, and I spaced them evenly across the front, and this will be the front side of this unit. So this will go across the front like this, and then for an interior I may just run a piece of cardboard down and put some elevator fronts above where each of the parts that come down underneath to the platforms below. So you have the the part that comes down to the platform below this, with some bigger doors, and then maybe through those doors I'll just give a hint of some elevator doors and a stairway, and that's going to be it. I'm not getting crazy with details. Now to cut this stuff up, so here's the front wall, this is the back side. Now I'm making this a little bit different. As you can see, it's smaller windows, and this is how I've done it. I've drawn it all out just like the front. It goes this way, smaller reveal here. I've got a 1/16 of or an 1/8 of an inch up, and then I spaced them out evenly, and I actually matched them to these windows so that on here two of they're centered up over these front windows, so it kind of goes together, and this goes down the back side like this. So this will go just like this. And that's it, and we'll make a four-sided box, and then the top of this will mount to the underside of the road. And I'm going to run this in such a way that I can drill a nice decent sized hole in here, and then I can run my wiring from the train station above right through, down through this, and down through the uprights that go underneath and out the bottom of the layout, and then I can power lighting for all of this and not have to worry about any of it. So I got a new tool to cut the holes in here. I've never used this before, and I really like it, I gotta say. It does a nice job. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth the trouble. I don't know if you've ever used one. That's what all these bits are from here. This is from a tool called a nibbler, which looks like this. Okay. And all it does is there's a little blade right here, and it has a little notch in there, and it just nibbles off bits of plastic until you get what you want. Alright, so this nibbler, very good to use, very easy to use. So you see I have the hole cut here, and I've already gone across one side of it, and this is how you work it. You just push it up through the hole like this, slide it in, and cut it off. And you just keep going like this until you have your hole completely cut out. And then you can see it does a nice straight cut on both sides. Now I'll end up going up this way, and then I'll cut out the balance, and the same on the bottom, and we'll get that whole thing cut out. Awesome thing to use. It does its job, and it works as advertised. So I like it. So in the meantime, let me get this last piece cut. Finish cutting out this hole, and then we'll put together the whole rest of this. We'll get a full structure here, and then we can move on from there. Okay, so I went and finished some more on these walls. I want to do this stuff before I attach them. So what I'm doing is I'm adding some extra strips around here, and I want to give it some depth and thickness, and I'm kind of out of strips at the moment. I've gone as far as I can go with this, but what's going to happen is I'll add another one up on the top here like this, so this will go all the way across, and it'll give it a heavier look up on the top, and then a little bit smaller on the bottom, and then I'm going to fill between the windows here. And I would have put one strip in there, but again, I work with what I have, and I don't have anything wider, so I'll end up filling this. And that's the way the walls are going to look on the outside, and I'll leave these panels open like this. In the corner where they meet right here, like this, I'll end up putting another piece here and then continuing the same thing down this. Actually, I don't even think I need to continue. I just need to do the front side here, right here, and just right here on the edge, so that it sort of keeps the profile. But yeah, so that's the idea with these walls, and then these will glue to the floor base here, like so. So this is the back side. This one is the front side. This will all go like this. And then my two ends, and that's what's going to hang down underneath the train station. So you can kind of see what goes on here. So that's about as far as I can go for this video. I don't have materials to go further, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to. I have to go out and get what else I need to finish this. So that'll go like that. And here, you can look at the back side with more of that finished wall look. And then this down the front. So that's the idea. That's what we're looking to do. And I think it's going to work out good. So the next thing to scratch build or design and figure out is going to be what goes underneath this. The portals for each of the platforms below. That'll be the next part. And I don't know if I'll film that. It's going to get done much in the same way this is getting done. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. We'll call it a day. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. Love to have new subscribers all the time. Like the videos too, so I really know that I'm going in the right track. Don't be afraid to comment. I try to comment on all the video, try to respond back to all the comments. I do see them. Sometimes I get busy and I don't get to them quick, but I do try to get to all of them. And yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, happy modeling.